Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you what I believe is the best way to cut steel. Let me introduce you to the Evolution S355MCS. It's a chop saw that cuts angles like a mitre saw. With its large 355mm 66-tooth tungsten carbide tipped TCT blade, combined with a powerful 2200 watt motor, this saw is capable of cutting all metals cleanly, quickly, and without heating the piece. The cuts are really clean, burr-free, and ready to weld. As for cutting capacities, this saw can handle square tubing of 120 by 120 mm at 90 degrees and 100 by 100 mm at 45 degrees. For rectangular tubing, it can cut 100 by 165 mm at 90 degrees and 100 by 110 mm at 45 degrees. For round tubes, it can cut 120 mm at 90 degrees and 110 mm at 45 degrees, so it will meet all of my needs, and yours as well. There's a small latch at the back to put it into transport position. You just need to lower the motor, pull the latch, and lift it. The angle adjustment is very easy to do. You can cut up to 46 degrees in both directions, and there are accurate preset notches for the most popular cut angles. All preset factory cut angles were perfect for me straight out of the box, but they are easily adjustable if you need to do any fine-tuning. The control here is ambidextrous, perfect whether you're right-hand or left-handed like me. For me, the part one like most about this saw is the clamping arrangement. The unique front clamp rail arrangement is really versatile. It's adjustable vertically and laterally and allows you to clamp your workpiece with precision. We're easily able to adjust the clamping to get as close as possible to the piece we're cutting. The front clamps have a quick release function. Close the trigger, push forward to clamp your workpiece, then pop the lever to release once you are done. And on top of that, we also have a vertical clamp for locking down your job. And this also features an easy quick release clamping function. The top clamp has 5 clamping positions along the back fence to match the front clamp adjustments. You can securely clamp anything on this saw. So, for all flat pieces, like a square tube for example, you use these jaws here. And if you want to cut a square tube at an angle, then it's easy with these clamps and their smart accessory fitting. Just fit the V-blocks and you can clamp on the corner. Here, we've got small ball bearings that retract, so now we can easily clamp it right on the edge. There we go, and now I'm sure my piece is held firmly in place. I can make my cuts however I like with the tube on its side. Obviously, it also works with round pieces. Honestly, I don't know of a safer way to clamp a piece. This front clamping bar is also height adjustable, you can raise it. Next, there are 2 latches that you can tighten on the left and right, and that will simply allow you to clamp right in the center of the piece you want to cut. The motor is mounted on 2 rails here, and with this small latch, you can move it forwards and backwards. This ensures that the saw's axis is always positioned correctly above the piece to be cut. If you have a large piece to cut, you move the blade all the way forward, lock it in place, for the perfect cut. If the piece to cut is small, you unlock the latch and move the motor as far back as possible. You lock it again, and this time you've repositioned the saw's axis so that it's centered over the smaller piece. That too is really well thought out on their part. But remember, this is not a sliding mitre saw. You lock the saw head in place before making a cut. Several blades are compatible with this saw, always with the aim of making cuts as efficiently as possible. The saw includes a 66-tooth TCT steel blade made in Japan. You can also fit their famous multi-material blades. This lets you cut metal, plastics, composite, even wood, all with just one blade. There's a blade for aluminium, which is perfect for me, as I've got a decking project coming up, and all the joists will be made of aluminium. There's also a special blade for stainless steel. And there's an even more precise blade available. This time it's for thin steel. Great if you've got thin gauge metal pieces to cut. It cuts thin sheet cleanly without zipping. The tool for changing the blade is located right here. It's clever to have included storage for the Allen key. Directly on the machine, there's a small chip deflector right here, which does its job very well. Personally, I decided to make it a base that I put on wheels. That way, it's easy for me to move around, and above all, I made sure the saw is exactly the same height as my workbench, which means I can use my workbench as an infeed table to support long pieces. It has a long 3-meter power cable and a 3-year warranty. This is clearly an industrial-grade saw, and it will probably be the last metal saw to enter this workshop. Thanks for watching to the end. Check the description for a special discount code, and I'll see you very soon.